Sometimes, it's not what you say, but what you don't say that creates the deepest impact. There's a powerful, unspoken psychology behind a man's ability to pull back and create a sense of mystery that leaves her wanting more. It's not about playing mind games or pretending you don't care. Quite the opposite. It's about mastering self-control, letting actions speak louder than words, and understanding how attraction is often fueled by the space you give, not the attention you pour out. The secret psychology of ignoring a girl drives her crazy because, in the silence, she finds intrigue. She starts to wonder, to question, to think of you more deeply than if you were readily available. Suddenly, the spotlight is on her own emotions and reactions, and she's left wondering why the lack of your attention has stirred up so many feelings. This might sound counterintuitive, but it's rooted in human psychology. When you know when to hold back, you create a unique tension that naturally draws her in. Your silence speaks of confidence, and your self-restraint sends a message that you're not just waiting around. To discover why this approach works and how to harness it in a respectful, powerful way, keep watching. Number 1. The hidden psychology of ignoring a woman. Does distance really make the heart grow fonder? Have you ever wondered how much attention you should give the woman you're interested in? Should you play it cool? Or does ignoring her risk making her forget about you altogether? Here's the truth. In the realm of attraction, a subtle form of ignoring can, surprisingly, pique her curiosity. But how do you strike the delicate balance between being attentive and maintaining an air of mystery? Let's unravel this intriguing dynamic. First, let's tackle a common fear. What if she forgets about me if I don't stay in constant contact? This anxiety drives many men to overcompensate, unintentionally sabotaging the very attraction they're trying to build. Here's the kicker. It's not the absence that pushes her away. It's the constant need for reassurance that diminishes your allure. Think about it. When was the last time you were genuinely drawn to someone who seemed overly eager to please? It's not the abundance of attention that captivates, but the tension of anticipation, the thrill of the unknown. As the great Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens." Confidence isn't born from external validation. It thrives when you're at peace with yourself. And here's where the magic lies. Women aren't repelled by distance but by neediness. It's not about texting twice or calling daily. It's the subtle cues, how you respond to her, how you handle setbacks, and how you carry yourself in her presence, that speak volumes. If you find yourself giving too much time, energy, or even money without much in return, stop and ask, am I valuing myself? Let's get real for a moment. What does it truly mean to ignore in the context of attraction? It's not about being rude or dismissive. It's about not being too available. Instead of sending a text every night, hold off until you have something meaningful to share. Instead of instantly replying to her messages, take your time. Allow space for her to wonder, to anticipate. Imagine this. Ignoring her also applies to in-person interactions. If she's someone you see regularly, like a friend, co-worker, or part of your social circle, do you rush to greet her every time you see her? Or do you carry yourself with a calm, composed demeanor, acknowledging her when it feels natural? The latter conveys that you have a life beyond her, and trust me, that's magnetic. It's not just about what you do, but also what you don't do. Resist the urge to bend over backward to impress her. If she invites you to an event but you have prior commitments, politely decline. It shows that your time is valuable and you're not easily swayed. This quiet confidence says, I'm in control of my life and you're welcome to join, but I won't revolve around you. Here's where the real shift happens. When you're not fixated on her responses or crafting the perfect message, you're free. Free to focus on your passions, your goals, This self-assured energy doesn't just make you attractive, it transforms you into someone she respects and desires. Picture this. Instead of anxiously waiting for her validation, you live your life with purpose. You're not chasing her because you're too busy chasing your dreams. Suddenly, she's not just drawn to you. She's curious, intrigued by the man who doesn't need her attention to feel whole. So ask yourself, would she be more attracted to the man who clings to her for affirmation, or the one who walks confidently on his own path? The answer is clear. Confidence isn't about ignoring her. It's about showing her that your world is complete with or without her. And that, my friend, is irresistibly powerful. Number 2, a precious gift ignores her from attention. When we talk about ignoring a woman, we're exploring something deeper, how to create value around your presence. It's not about manipulation or being dismissive. It's about establishing a dynamic of mutual respect and attraction. Here's the truth. By not always being available, you're building a sense of allure. You're showing that your attention is something valuable, something worth earning. 1. Avoid the trap of neediness. Picture this. You're the guy who showers her with flowers at every chance, eager to impress her with stories about your job, your car, your apartment. Maybe you're texting her constantly, sending those long paragraphs, always starting the day with a good morning text, and ending it with a sweet dreams. You're quick to ask her what she wants, where she wants to go, doing everything to keep her happy. What's really going on here? You're giving too much of yourself too soon, investing all your energy without holding anything back. This eagerness reveals something subtle but powerful, a sense of neediness, an anxiety that says, I need your approval to feel enough. And here's the truth. That's not attractive. It shows you're afraid of losing her, or even of being alone. Real confidence, on the other hand, doesn't seek constant reassurance. The desire for reassurance. A common mistake is sending those check-in texts just to remind her you're there, as if to say, don't forget about me. If there's no real reason for the message other than wanting reassurance, it can come across as insecure and clingy. Imagine a woman teases you about being soft or questions your confidence. If you get defensive, saying, no, I'm strong, it shows that her opinion has control over your emotions. Why does this matter? Women are highly intuitive about insecurity and neediness. They can sense when you're seeking validation, and it doesn't come across as confident. Instead, real confidence means you're comfortable with yourself and don't need constant approval from others. 3. Authentic confidence is magnetic. Confident men are incredibly appealing. They know their worth without needing to broadcast it. If a woman tries to test them by calling them weak, they might just flash a knowing smile and say, oh, you've got quite an eye for strength. This isn't about proving anything. It's about feeling assured in who you are. You're playful, comfortable, and secure, and because of that, you radiate an undeniable charm. You might even playfully ask if she's up to your standards rather than seeking her approval. Here's the takeaway. Self-confidence grows from within, and it comes when you're focused on your own purpose and happiness. It's about having your own priorities and being okay with not always giving her your undivided attention. Not in a rude way, but in a way that shows you value your time and interests. Don't worry constantly about how she will react. You're creating value in your presence, allowing her to recognize the worth of your attention. Your attention should be something she values, something she looks forward to, something she knows isn't given lightly. When you approach life with confidence, it creates a strong foundation for any relationship because it allows you to be true to who you are, rather than constantly trying to fit into someone else's expectations. By making your time and energy valuable, you're setting the stage for a deep, genuine attraction that's rooted in respect and admiration. Number 3, psychology The secret scarcity of ignoring a girl. Understanding the delicate boundary between desire and love can be transformative in relationships, especially when it comes to emotional attachment. Many women may perceive the thrill of yearning as love itself. The sheer enjoyment of another's company is one thing, but that electrifying anticipation, the pulse of longing, the quiet thrill in waiting for a message or a call, this feels powerful, familiar. We've all seen it glorified in novels and romantic films, where the ache of separation deepens emotional weight, making each reunion feel monumental. When we lack constant access to something or someone, it amplifies perceived value, much like scarcity boosts the worth of physical goods. Imagine if every message was instant, every plan immediately available. After a while, she might start sensing you lack commitments, a grander purpose, or something else that commands your attention. This is where the idea of scarcity, the time for her to miss you, works its magic. Creating that space isn't about playing games. It's about giving her the chance to reflect on what your presence means. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "The more we value things beyond our control, the less control we have." Exercising restraint can demonstrate that you are a man of purpose, one who lives life on his own terms. When you're absorbed in meaningful work, passions, or commitments, your time becomes precious, not only to you, but to her as well. Someone with purpose, with a deep sense of self-worth, attracts others in a way that makes each encounter or message feel significant. Do you have your own priorities, goals, responsibilities? When a woman feels that you are a man of value and not always available, it ignites her curiosity, drawing her closer. In other words, by giving her the space to miss you, you're cultivating a foundation for genuine desire. This isn't about manipulation. It's about recognizing that closeness arises from a delicate balance between connection and independence. Longing creates a magnetic pull that keeps people coming back, time and again. Number 4, the psychology of desire. Why nice guys finish last in love. Women often mistake desire for love, creating a push and pull dynamic that can confuse even the kindest men. Imagine this: a genuinely good guy gives her his full attention. He responds instantly to her messages, cancels plans just to see her, and is always available. But by doing so, he unintentionally takes away something crucial: her sense of anticipation, that thrill of longing. The hidden psychological flow? Desire thrives in absence, not abundance. When he's always showing up, she loses that charged feeling of wondering, will he come by to see me today? It's that very longing she craves. Paradoxically, the nice guy, he may think he's being true to himself, but he's actually being selfish. He's depriving her of something she really wants. This is why the psychology of ignoring a woman can be so powerful. It gives her the opportunity to crave his attention. Many women find emotional fulfillment intertwined with mental stimulation. They want a man who challenges them, not just emotionally, but intellectually. When she finds herself thinking, does he like me as much as I like him? Or is he seeing other people? She's engaging in a psychological puzzle that keeps her invested. The key is thoughtful response over impulsive reaction. Create pauses. Let her curiosity fill those silences. With no mystery, there's no chase. And without the chase, there's no reward. Think of a movie with a predictable ending. Was it captivating? Probably not. The thrill of not knowing what's next is what keeps us glued to the screen. The same principle applies to relationships. For instance, if you always text her first, she misses the satisfaction of taking the initiative. If you're always available, she misses the thrill of winning your time. Give her a chance to wonder, to anticipate, and to analyze your actions. She might discuss your behavior with friends, dissecting each word and gesture, trying to understand you better. Here are some practical steps to cultivate emotional balance. Set boundaries. Don't give up everything for her. Keep your life priorities intact. Be intentional in communication. Occasionally delay your response. Let her feel your absence. Maintain independence. Pursue your goals and passions. A man with purpose has a natural magnetism. Add a touch of mystery. Selectively share parts of your life. Let her uncover your layers over time. Remember, this isn't about manipulation. It's about building a dynamic where you both feel alive and deeply connected. As Warren Buffett says, the best investment you can make is in yourself. By investing in your independence, her attention will naturally gravitate toward you. Ultimately, the nice guy doesn't finish last because he's kind. He finishes last because he bypasses the mental and emotional challenge that keeps love vibrant. Give her the space to long for you, and you'll both experience a deeper, more exhilarating connection. Number 5, the addictive nature of hot and cold dating behavior. The hot and cold technique in relationships holds an undeniable psychological allure. Imagine you're dating someone who, at times, seems fully present and invested, showering you with warmth and affection, yet at other moments appears distant or preoccupied. This unpredictability, the shift between hot and cold, fuels attraction by tapping into the psychology of intermittent reinforcement. It's much like watching a roulette wheel spin, the thrill escalating as you wonder where it will land. The reason gambling is addictive is the constant question, will I win or lose today? And this concept isn't confined to romance. It has the power to impact every kind of relationship. At its core, it stems from our desire for what we can't completely predict or control. When someone becomes too predictable, the sense of mystery fades, and with it often, our interest. Yet when we strike a balance between warmth and a graceful, gentle distance, we create an almost magnetic pull, captivating others, even those who might insist, "I'm not interested." Consider this from a different angle. Imagine dating someone who asks to see you the very next day. Instinctively, you might feel inclined to say yes immediately, especially if you genuinely like them. But let's say instead of dropping everything, you keep your original plans, whether it's a workout session, a night out with friends, or time devoted to a personal project. By politely suggesting an alternative time, you're showing that you value your own life and interests. Over time, this builds a foundation of respect and admiration. It creates space for your partner to reflect on your importance and shows that your identity isn't solely defined by the relationship. Many relationship experts emphasize that striking a healthy balance of independence is vital for maintaining attraction. Imagine someone leaning in, asking you about your weekend plans. Instead of detailing every single thing, a subtle hint, a mention of a project you're working on, or a dinner you're looking forward to, can spark their curiosity. When they don't have every detail, a natural sense of intrigue arises. With that gentle tension, you're not only crafting an enticing aura, but also fostering a bond where each person can grow individually. And in that space of mutual respect, where a hint of mystery keeps things fresh, the strongest connections are born. Number 6, don't ignore but prioritize your choices. Imagine this. You're an avid cyclist, and every evening at 5 p.m., you hit the trail, feeling the rush as you push yourself up hills and coast down slopes. It's your ritual, a time dedicated to health and the thrill of being alive. But then, someone you're dating suggests grabbing coffee right at 5 p.m. It's tempting to say yes, isn't it? After all, there's a tug of insecurity that whispers, what if they lose interest because you turned them down? But let's reframe this. What if, by staying true to your routine and saying, "Hey, I'll join you after my ride," you're actually doing something incredibly powerful? You're showing them you have a life, one filled with passions, goals, and routines that are essential to you. You're not bending over backward to fit into their schedule. Instead, you're extending an invitation for them to step into yours. There's a unique allure in that, an undeniable confidence that's as compelling as it is rare. Think about Warren Buffett's famous line, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything." When you prioritize your passions, you're valuing yourself, and others are likely to follow suit. This doesn't mean pushing people away or being inflexible. It's about cultivating a healthy balance. Imagine if every time someone asked you to go out, you canceled on your friends or skipped out on your own hobbies just to be available. That magnetic balance would start to shift. The person you're dating might begin to see you as overly eager to please, someone who doesn't stand up for their own interests. And let's be honest, when something comes too easily, we tend to value it a little less. But when there's a sense of effort, or when something is just out of reach, its value skyrockets. Prioritizing yourself subtly sends the message, "My life is vibrant, with or without you." This mindset gently reminds them that your attention isn't a given. It's something worth striving for. It's not about playing hard to get. It's about respecting yourself and fostering a mutual effort. Ways to apply this: communicate firmly and kindly. If you've made plans or carved out personal time, communicate it with respect. Try saying, "I'd love to see you. How about a bit later?" This shows you care, while also making it clear that your life doesn't revolve entirely around them. Don't fear the loss of interest. A healthy relationship thrives on mutual respect and individual growth. If someone loses interest because you're committed to your passions, then maybe it wasn't a sustainable relationship anyway. Balance is key. Of course, flexibility is essential too. There will be times when it's right to adjust and prioritize your partner, but don't lose sight of yourself in the process. By staying true to your routines and passions, you're building a foundation of respect and authenticity, qualities that are universally attractive. So, next time you're torn between a passion and a last-minute date, remember, by choosing yourself, you're not only demonstrating self-worth but also setting the stage for a relationship built on mutual respect. Number 7. Don't flirt solely through texts. Flirt in real life where the magic truly happens. Messaging is a great tool to bridge the gap between face-to-face interactions, but relying on texts alone can undermine real attraction. Here's a truth that'll guide you well. If she's engaging with you in texts, laughing at your jokes, and putting in effort to reply, it's often a sign she's interested and likely open to meeting up. So why risk waiting too long? Attraction and connection can fade if they aren't reinforced with real-life experiences. Texting is convenient, yes, and it allows for saying things you might hesitate to bring up in person, but nothing compares to the genuine spark of in-person flirting. Why? Because face-to-face flirting involves things a screen can't replicate: prolonged eye contact, a warm smile, and the magic of a well-timed touch. These are interactions that build a connection and trust, going far beyond the words on your phone screen. So, use your messaging conversations to set up a meetup, whether it's a coffee date or a simple walk in the park. Give your texts a purpose, something you both can look forward to. Ask yourself, what are you really hoping to accomplish with these messages? Are you only looking to make her like you, or are you aiming for something deeper? Whether it's a genuine date or something more, the answer lies in moving beyond virtual to real-life interactions where lasting connections are built. Take a leap and ask her out. A straightforward text like, "Hey, let's grab a coffee on Saturday," can be incredibly effective. Women appreciate confidence, and an invite shows you're bold enough to make a move. Once she agrees to meet, you can explore deeper connections. Without that in-person spark, you might never know what's truly possible. Remember what legendary psychologist Albert Mehrabian discovered? Only 7% of communication is based on the actual words, while 93% comes from body language, tone, and nonverbal cues. Texting alone can't capture these essential elements. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So prepare by building rapport over text, but create the real opportunity by inviting her out. Understanding the secret psychology of ignoring a girl can be a powerful insight into relationships. When approached with the right intentions, this tactic isn't about playing games, but about prioritizing yourself, fostering confidence, and allowing genuine connection to unfold naturally. By stepping back and letting go of constant validation, you create an aura of self-assuredness that is intriguing and often makes her appreciate you more deeply. Remember, this approach only works when it stems from a place of self-respect and authenticity rather than manipulation. Harnessing the secret psychology of ignoring a girl that drives her crazy is about focusing on your goals, passions, and self-growth, which naturally draws others toward you. So keep prioritizing yourself and let attraction happen effortlessly. If you enjoyed this video, show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to The Stoic Goddess, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more great insights like this one. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.